And I think we are ready to go. DJ, could you please drop that thing for me one time? From the dining room of my third floor apartment in Broward County, damn near in the Everglades, in these United States, all the way at the bottom of the map. It's the Marleyminded podcast starring Young Goob the God. Tonight, Goob welcomes Pretty Tone.
Hey,
Talking up about a plan that I have to celebrate Black History Month that really allows us to celebrate the month. So sit back, pour up a glass of Ray and Nephew with a splash of ginger ale. Cause this Young Goob the God. Word up, young.
What up?
Tone in the building. Let me adjust this camera. Get this thing right. Too much. And we're good. Yes, sir. Welcome to the Marleyminded podcast. I am Young Goob the God. Thank you for watching, listening, wherever you're receiving this content. You could be anywhere in the world, but you rocking with us. It's a wonderful evening tonight. We got Pretty Tone in the building. Say what up, Tone.
Hey, what up, people? What's going on with y'all?
We good in this joint. Things have been cool recently. How you been?
I've been good, man. I can't complain. Just trying to stay healthy and get money. Take care of my kid. You know what I mean?
How was that personal training session today?
Personal training was weird because that comes up to me is like not in shape. So I'm like, do I really need to believe everything you saying? You know what I mean? But long story short, my brother gotta lose some weight, dog. Can't eat all these steaks. Gotta cut back.
That is one thing that I noticed in this profession. Me being a fitness professional, most people know me as, Goob, the fitness dude.
Right.
But being a fitness professional, many people come to the gym or go to the gym and get a PT session with somebody, and they find out that the person that's training them don't seem to be as in good condition as they would teach it. You know what I'm saying? They're not modeling what they're actually doing.
Yeah, she said she just had a baby, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? We was going through the motions, but it was cool. You know what I'm saying? Learned some things about me that I need to, definitely work on as I, try to get this transformation going on. I'm not really a heavy, big dude, but I guess with my height and my weight, I'm considered obese. So definitely got to change some things. I get sexy back.
If you use that BMI, it'll put LeBron James as obese, so you can't technically use that correlation to judge yourself. So, but that I see you got the formula. Boy, got something smashing up back there. I told him to check an air fryer. Word up.
Yeah, I'm cooking some asparagus right now. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to get it right.
Slow motion, one day at a time.
But you know what I'm saying? We have a topic this evening that I really want to get into. Last pod, I kind of made an offhanded statement where I talked about how people celebrated Black History Month. I was like, what you do? You kente cloth, you do stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Comments came back to me and kind of felt that, not that it was inappropriate, so to speak, but they, saying it was funny that I put it that way. And then it had me thinking, how could we truly celebrate Black History Month in a fashion that makes you look forward to it coming? Because currently, the way that we have been taught to celebrate Black History Month and the way that we have currently been celebrating Black History Month, we've kind of just going back into the narrative of, first of all, celebrating our great inventors, our great artists, our great politicians, things of that nature, our great entertainers. It's pictures of Oprah around the school, people doing their Martin Luther King presentation. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing every year. Even being a professional educator, I see it going through the motions. February come, and depending on the school that you at, you know what I'm saying, you do your little thing. So I was like, how could we really celebrate Black History Month in a fashion that allows you to look forward to it. Like people look forward to Christmas. They ready to celebrate Christmas because they know some good things coming on.
Right.
And either they giving or they receiving, but they know that it's going to be joyous, joyfulness going on. It's a joyous time of year. Everybody loves Christmas. So it's like, how can I how can we get that same thing for Black History Month rather than it just being 28 days that come and go? First week, we talking about the Super Bowl in February. Like this week, you know what I'm saying? We've been, to a degree, people have been talking about the Patriots. It ain't even
Detroit, Urban,
yeah.
Kansas City.
Yeah, because
I
it's
know.
him
Oh, I
again.
know. You so used to when you see Tom Brady, you like the Patriots is there. Nah.
He
Kansas
in a whole nother uniform. He down
City,
here in
yeah,
Florida.
you turn.
So yeah, turban for real. But this first week of the month, we usually talk about this the Super Bowl, and then right around the corner it's Valentine's Day, and before you know it, it's the end of the month, and you moved on to March, and now it's spring and it's Easter and it's all of this stuff going without really anything that goes on. Now people may have their way of celebrating. You may have your parades, your festivals in your area to give to show homage and praise to those who came before us who were great people in our community. But nobody really looks forward to it like that. So I came up with a plan. I try not to be somebody who just exclusively have questions, be like, well, I don't know what we can do about it. You know what I'm saying? What we can do about it. So I came up with a plan. Here's the plan. We've all seen the power of a community of people moving in one direction with their money and how it affects the market and can take something that is worthless and make it seem that it is valuable simply in an effort to multiply your money at what happened was 20 times. The situation with GameStop. We watched something that cost $20 relative, approximately multiply to at its peak right around $400, which is a 20-time multiplier, simply because there was a rush of people who put all of their money, well, not all of their money, or who put a rush of people who put money into this particular stock, drove the price up, increased their investment, their initial investment, and then had the opportunity to get out. Now, depending on when you got out, how you get out, you made your profit or you stayed too long, you still got diamond hands, you still holding the rope. You may or may not have profited, but imagine this, a coordinated effort. Let me clear my throat. Let me make sure I get this right. A coordinated effort every February where the people who we consider black people, whatever you call it, I got my thing with identity of black people. That's not an identity, it's a color, ladies and gentlemen. It is not a noun, but every February, we flood a particular company in an effort to generate funds for ourselves. It's like creating our own stimulus in the month of February. So let me give you some simple mathematics, and I hope I get my math right. I'm actually pull out my calculator so I don't get the math wrong. I hit camera, not calculator. So let's say this is conceptually what it is. Very similar to the rush towards GameStop, AMC, BlackBerry. Those companies just raised the company's value, even though they had nothing going on to show that they were going to be relevant in the future. We flood whatever we want to flood every February, coordinated, and then we just run up our money and then we cash out all at one time every February. So let's say we just use the GameStop example with those numbers 20 times to come up. You put in $100, you multiply that by 20 times, your $100 is now $2,000. Is that not a stimulus? How many times your $100 gonna turn into 2,000 in 10 days in a week, 2 weeks, however long, 28 days, if it's never really gonna be that long. But how many times you gonna legally turn $100 into $2,000 and with a coordinated effort?
Mm, and it's legitimate. Probably won't. You know what I mean? That's definitely something to think about. You know. But I'm
Now let me
sure.
ask you a question. I'm sorry to cut you off. Let me so that I can so I can bring you into the conversation. If there was a situation where you could have the opportunity to look forward, oh, I'm just y'all saw them hands from. If you had the opportunity to look forward to Black History Month for whatever reason, as an opportunity to show that you are a part of this community in the development of freeing them financially from the grips that we've been under, playing the game that is out there. I've heard the quote the other day that the master's rule will never take down the master's rules, master's house. But in an effort to change the balance, start to begin to change the balance of wealth, even short term, would you look forward to Black History Month more than you do now? If
Um,
there was a situation where you knew that every February there was a financial stimulus coming your way if you chose to participate?
Let me say this though. I mean, that's definitely something that would. I mean, people will probably look forward to. But then, does that take away from the whole message behind Black History Month?
No. What is the purpose of Black History Month? In order to do what?
To make the people more aware of Black heritage or Black people's stamps that they put on this country throughout the course of time.
In an effort to do what?
To do just
No.
saying, like that's all it does.
What would that effort do? The efforts and what all of these people that we're praising in Black History Month or during this month, we're praising them because they were trying to do what?
Or they were trying to put stuff in play for us to be successful. The people to come after them. So we have the opportunity to be financially free. What better way to do it than Black History Month?
I couldn't imagine how happy Rosa Parks would be if she found out that every February, or not even Rosa Parks, let's go to Carter G. Woodson. Carter G. Woodson, he was the one who kind of set not kind of, who set Black History Month in motion. Started with Black History Week. I don't think it was actually called Black History Week, but it was a week long and it was coordinated with the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. That's
Right?
why the second week of February. Well, that's why that time it was the second week of February. Or I believe it was the second week of February. But from there, it developed into a month. Now, wouldn't he, as a person who was the creator of this situation, up on the wall and doing book reports on Martin Luther King and doing book reports on Rosa Parks and Serena, Venus and Serena, back in the day when you could, Bill Cosby, you know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Taking it from more than the kind of mundane thing that we do now. Like I say, what you do, you dress up in kente cloth. How do you really celebrate it? Halloween, you wear costumes. Christmas, you exchange gifts. Valentine's Day, you show the love how much you love them. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, you're not trying to do it in a monetary way, but on Valentine's Day, you show the ones how you love. We show our ancestors, the people who gave us this platform, the people who gave us the freedoms that we have now, who fought for us to be out at least where we are now, the opportunity to take advantage of systems that they never let us participate in and run them things amok every February and start to create generational wealth. If you know how to do multiplication, I'm going to take my $100. I'm sorry, I'm talking so fast. I get lit quick. If you take my $100 and turn it into $1,000, keep the math simple and multiply by 20. My finger's happy over here. Excuse me. Then you have 20,000. I knew that off the top of my head, but I just want to make sure I say it correctly because everything is recorded. So now you done turned your G thing into 20 G's. because you had a G. Now,
That makes your February a lot more brighter.
you know what I'm saying? That make you want to go out and celebrate Black History Month. That
Right?
make you look forward to Black History Month.
That
That
families is
you
trying to get
plan
that
that Black. Yeah. That make now you have a lot more pride in the thing that you know what I'm saying that's going on. It's not that same, we going to the whatever parade, we got a festival, we gonna do a cookout, da, 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 da. No, we know that it is time. So here comes the $1 million question. How do we execute it, Goob? How do we do it, Goob?
how do we do it, Goob?
Goob, how are we gonna do it, son?
How do we make the $20,000, Goob?
So I'll give you the quick math on it real quick on how these things work. If you didn't hear the last podcast, I'll give you a little rundown on how the situation with GameStop work, and then we'll talk about have a little bit of fun with how we're gonna try to keep the word, you know what I'm saying, between the people who need to know until it's time for the people who need to know need to know. So the people who need to know do their thing and how long they need to do their thing so they need when they can get out, capitalize on the situation. But with GameStop was a company that wasn't going anywhere. Everybody know they sales.
On under.
Yeah, they were going under. They were on the verge of bankruptcy because they're still selling physical games at a physical store where everything is digital and being streamed. And it's a pandemic where the malls are not being populated the way that they were even a year ago. So people who have sophisticated banking strategies invest in these companies that are going down, and instead of investing in the uptick of this company, they bet or invest on the downtick of this company. As it goes down, they collect. What happened with GameStop? They jumped people who found that out, didn't like that this particular company or that hedge funds in general were doing this. They decided to turn the tolls. So once this Reddit group who had these people who I don't know exactly how many people were in it, but there were enough people to try to turn the wave of GameStop, their stock going down to it reversing and the price going up to the point that it went up 20 times nearly its value. You know what I'm saying? I believe I did some math and I saw 24 times its value, depending on when you got in. So that was strictly because people began to put money into GameStop, not because GameStop started to change the way that they did business. It was simply the power of people taking their finances and putting it over here. And it made a picture seem like it was driving up the hype. It's just like with these sneakers. If enough people come out and be like, "Oh, these are gonna be the dopest thing ever," then when it's time for them to come out, it's gonna be craziness, and your computer gonna blow up. Bots gonna be taking everything. Then they're gonna be on resale for $750. You know what I'm saying? Same type of thing. But what is it? It's just another shoe. What is it? It's just another stock. But what happened? The people chose to move that way. The people chose this to make this happen. So, as a group of people, we can make it happen every February so that we begin the creation of generational wealth. Like on the low, now for me, I get, you know what I'm saying?
Hold on, real quick. I don't mean to cut you off, but
Go ahead.
you know how people was doing like them little you put $1 in, they had the little like Ponzi. Now this is legitimate. I think people will get behind that if it's legitimate.
You can do it right on any trading platform that you want to use. You can choose the most stale looking platform so that you can believe it. The oldest one, Charles Schwab, TD, whatever. Or you
Right.
can go Robinhood and do it right on Cash App if you want to. Robinhood or Cash App. Same thing. They allow you to get into you can play the same market that everybody else is playing by simply having a phone in your hand. And in February, if you know you got something to put in on Black History Month,
Right.
you can possibly come up 20 times your money. Now, let's have some fun with how we're going to coordinate these efforts. I think hopefully I did a good enough job explaining. Enough people flood a particular company with money. It is going to raise the value of that company, regardless of what that company's got going on, simply because it's all this money being dumped in it. I don't want to say the exact number of what we call black people in this country, but it's somewhere over 10 million. If we get 5 million people to put $100 in, let me get my calculator. 1, 2, 3, times. Yeah, that's 500 million. 500 million can move, you know what I'm saying, a lot of companies. And then God knows once we rush in and everybody see it, everybody's going to rush in because what we do, everybody else does. Hollywood divorce.
Now, how do you make it to where people don't, to where it's gonna be a guaranteed win and not losses?
All right, so now this is when the nuts and bolts come into place. Now, this is where you go get the people who really know how to handle these situations when it come to the investments, like all of that back stuff, you know what I'm saying? The timing of it, the window to
Hmm.
create so that you get in at the proper time. Like, listen, if you get in at this window, then you have the opportunity for this amount of return. If you get in this window, you have the amount of the possibility for this amount of return. If you start to get out at this time, you know what I'm saying? If you wait too long, then you're gonna get out here. But if we all on this day, then they, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a Robin Hood situation, a situation like GameStop and AMC where they were shutting down the buying and selling of it, probably. But it's always ways to get into it. Cryptos, you can play that game. You can play the same game with cryptos. Look at me, boy. I got skinned like a 16-year-old tonight. So sorry. But you can play the same game with cryptos. But my whole thing is I want to find a better way to celebrate Black History Month so that we can look forward to it. So who is gonna make the call? Who is gonna send the signal to let everybody know that it's time? Who would you nominate? If you had one person nominate in your life that you could trust to make the call,
Did I
who
bust?
call? Yeah, that who gonna call? Who gonna hold her? Who is going to hold the secret of where we going with the money? Let's go with the where we going. Who's gonna make the call of where we going? Not even who gonna make the decisions, but who is going to make the announcement. How are we going to get it out there? Who? Not how yet. Let's start with let's start with who. We'll go who, what, when, where, how.
I will probably go with Colin Kaepernick.
So you're gonna go with Colin Kaepernick to say that he is going to be the messenger of my money. And that don't that let me tell you on first thought of it, that did not sit well with me. Colin Kaepernick, I ain't seen bruh in months, years. He got,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that he ain't in any particular fight, but I ain't seen him in a while. I don't know him personally. But Colin Kaepernick, you know what I'm saying? Colin Kaepernick can't be mad at that choice, you know what I'm saying? I personally, for my who am I going to allow to make the announcement? I'm going to go with my mama, Stephanie Lynn Bevel.
To
Why?
Mexico?
Why? Because my mama don't care. She not here to take nobody stuff. She ain't here to like gain no
Right.
advantages over nobody. She ain't got nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying? She's done well. She would like to do better, but she ain't, she is not one to be cheating and be telling. She about too scary. I know you're probably listening, ma. About too
Hey,
scary
Mom.
to be telling. Tone say what's I'm talking about Tone. Say what's up like we on the phone.
Right. Hey, Mom.
So my nomination,
Oh,
it,
girl.
yeah, it's gonna be my old girl. I'm going with Stanker. You know what I'm saying? That's who I feel is gonna be the most representative, who I feel like I can drop it in their hands and say,
For the
uh,
masses, though.
for the masses, even for the masses. If you know my mama, leave a comment down below and let me know how much that would be a responsible choice. Even if you listening to this podcast 30 years from now,
Right.
you gonna be able to be like, oh yeah, you could have told her in the
Mama's
midnight.
gonna have her child's best interest at heart.
Yeah, and really the people's best interest. My mother was an educator for
Facts. My mom,
39 years.
Mothers and teachers, dog. We're teachers, dog.
She did that thing, but she cares about the people. One thing, she cares about the people. All right, so we got who, what. All right, so let's see. Let's see. We're gonna say, what are we gonna invest in? How you so? What companies? What are some companies? You know what I'm saying? They so the kind of look like the theme for this thing was kind of looked like they were attacking like the mall.
Mm-hmm.
Express was one of them. The 90s actually more than the mall, as much as the mall. Express, GameStop, AMC, BlackBerry. They were some of the main characters in this theater of the market. So, like, who is somebody who we can go back in our time? Oh, I just thought of a good one. My first one.
Mm.
You chewing on something, so I'll go first. I'll go
But
first. I'm thinking, shout out to 88, and he'll like this one. We gonna go first year, something like Oshkosh Bagosh. Oshkosh. Totally off. When the last time you thought about Oshkosh?
I know, right?
Oshkosh used to be so dope when you
Now,
was.
now, this is the thing, though. You got to be able to go with someone that's going to be able to give you the return.
We don't care about Oshkosh. Nobody care about GameStop. GameStop's still going down, man. They need to go e-commerce.
Some people ain't get a chance to cash out, though.
That's why I'm saying we gonna get to the how. We gonna get to the how we gonna do it. Right now, we on the who, what. We on the what. What do we invest in? You know, I'm a teacher. I go
Okay, so
who,
you
what, when, where, why, and how. How is last in this particular sequence. What company? I gave Oshkosh. You give yours.
all
We
right?
go right off the top of the dome. We
So,
freestyle.
man, retro company that's been around for a while.
Think about your childhood, Tone.
Thinking that's still around.
It may or may not. I don't know if Oshkosh still trading. I just threw that out there. You think I know if
Yeah,
Oshkosh still trading? I could look it up, but I doubt
Macy's.
it. Macy's going out of business.
Right. It got to be someone that's still afloat, man. Man, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I threw Tone on the spot with this one.
Yeah, you ain't give me a chance to like.
I'm a chance with this one,
Man,
boy.
I'm trying to think like off the whim, like
You got to
man,
get the wiggle on.
for a minute. That's still here.
Oh, I got one for you. Think this time of year. What is it? What's the date? February 4th. Oh, so it was about this time of year when you was doing this. It was brick outside, totally brick outside, and you stunting in the silk ones.
Oh, Tommy Hilfiger.
You know what I'm saying? I saw an outlet store. I'm pretty sure, like, you know what I'm saying? We can
Yeah.
jump stuff like that. So the whole thing about it is
I wouldn't even do Tommy. Cause Tommy didn't want us to wear his shit.
he came around on that, but that he did was a point where Tommy was like, I don't know.
Me personally, I fuck with Polo. I would
Me
do
personally, me personally, I fuck with the real Mansa clothing. That's who I'm replacing Polo with. The real
uh-huh.
Mansa clothing. Yeah, that's who I'm replacing. I ain't got them. I ain't wearing them tonight, but that's who I'm replacing Polo with. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
But the
sorry.
whole thing about it, the premise, I hate to cut you off, but you're gonna take a bite of something. But the whole premise is to find a company that is obscure and that has a low value that people can feel like they getting their values worth. Like we can't be like, oh yeah, we're gonna all flood Tesla. We're not gonna move Tesla like that, dog. We're not gonna move Tesla.
Right.
We can move Oshkosh. We can move Oshkosh. You know what I'm saying? Put Oshkosh on my back and go somewhere with it.
Mm-hmm.
I can move Oshkosh. Me and Calvin Rancher together might can move Oshkosh. All right. So we got the who, we got the what, we got the where. Where where are we gonna put the money? What platform? You know what I'm saying? You can put it whatever you want to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the platform doesn't matter. It's just the point of getting in and getting out.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't even try to go to one particular platform because this gonna have to be a totally covert plan. It's gonna be so much like James Bond, Mission Impossible, uh, dead presidents, Lorenz Tate jumping out the, you know what I'm saying? It's that type of preparation that we're gonna have to get logistic. We're gonna need the cloud, we're gonna have to be talking code, we're gonna need to throw distractions, we're gonna have to have people drop songs that throw people for loops so that they don't, you know what I'm saying, try to figure out the pattern of what we're doing. It's gonna have to be a coordinated effort in order for us
Right.
to get this money. But after a few years, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, especially after a generation or so, it'll had an opportunity to go. Now, this is me throwing stuff out there, but just think about it, dog. Just think about it, dog. All right, so who? My mama. You say Colin Kaepernick. What we doing? What we putting our money in? Who? What? Yeah. So I say something obscure like Oshkosh Bigosh.
I say Polo.
You say Polo. Polo be taxing for them goddamn
Polo do be overcharging, but you know one thing?
in the outlet, dog. I ain't paying you $80 for no button up, dog. Not you,
Listen, quality.
dog. I
Quality.
feel you. I feel you.
Quality, bro.
And for me, like I only want the bear. I only want the bear. I don't want nobody on no horse slapping no ball, dog. That's why, you know what I'm saying? I want the bear. And then they want to tax me for the animal. They want, they
Yeah,
want to tax me for the bear. So I ain't really with it.
I like Polo. I'm sorry. That's me.
Oh, I feel you. I got a few of them in there, but
I mean, I don't wear my polos like I
you
used to.
remind me of
They
Marshalls.
sweatpants. Yeah, you can. Marshall, they be taxed.
Oh, hey, you got to find her. You got to hit the right ones. My sister, shout out to Tracy, boy. Tracy will tell you she'll find them for $7, $6, everything you need. But don't play with my sister. But I have turned that into a sneaker hunter recently. But that's a whole nother episode, guys. Let's not get too far off the rails. All right, the where. Put your money wherever you want to. Whatever trusted platform you feel that you know how to navigate, whether you like stuff that look friendly like Robinhood or you like the technical stuff like TD Ameritrade or Charles Schwab. I don't even know what Schwab look like, but whatever.
That day though.
Yeah. Now, who, what, when, where, why? Is why even a real question?
It's a legitimate question.
Why would we look to enhance our ability to celebrate our community and to possibly reverse the hands of economical racism and disparity and depression and oppression due to the fact that we have accepted a status that is not our own. That's not our status. But in an effort to reverse those situations, we as a community take an example that just happened in front of you just last week. Just last week, I was talking about dog. They just jumped into GameStop and turned it into
Some people
people.
came up a
People
lot
made,
of money.
yeah, people made a lot of money. Like turned 100,000 into 48 million. People took gangster chances out there because they knew what was about to happen. They saw the row coming and they rode the wave. That wasn't a coordinated effort, but imagine that coordinated. You know what I'm saying? I got some nominations for who can help us coordinate this. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been given official license to do commercials for people. This is not a sponsored podcast as of yet. Actually, we only gonna do partnered podcasts. We gonna be partners. We ain't gonna be too much sponsors. That just sound like somebody holding me up by my booty. Ain't nobody holding me up by my booty. We walk side by side. But
That's another time.
sponsor just sound like this. But I got somebody who I think could help us with this situation. You know what I'm saying? Like I said on the last podcast, hit me. It's a private group. What would Joe do? He got many answers and a lot of very simple solutions to your problem. So who, what, when, where, why? Why? Because it's time for us to do this. Why? Because it's time for us to come up out of this so-called hole that we've been in. It's not a hole, really. It's really just a choice. And I,
Why? Also,
one
why?
choice is because we ain't chose to get together and tighten up.
I'm gonna tell you another reason why too. So we could be we can stop waiting for people to do stuff for us and do stuff for ourselves.
It'll be so dope too, dog. Imagine how dope it'll be. Imagine how dope it would be when we came through all just like the whole world would be waiting. The whole world would be waiting for February to get rich. The world would get rich every February. Imagine that. It wouldn't just be us.
Yeah, 'cause you know it ain't gonna be just us.
But because we did it, and because we did it, the whole world will get rich. Everybody, we'll break all the machines. We'll create new technology. They'll have to find new ways in order to transfer things. Like it, I'm telling you, dog, is the numbers are what do it. Now, of course, it has to be coordinated. I'm not here for the jump in, jump out. I'm gonna leave that to the experts, as you say. But I'm an idea man. I'm here for the ideas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The details I'll lead to the experts. It's like with this channel, I'm here to let my ideas jump out, and I'm reaching out to different people who experts. Look at bro, I got gray locks. Good Lord, I'm
Man, times changing.
42 and great. Pull this thing forward. Give me a little, make me look a little younger live on TV. But I think this would be an excellent way in order to just start to change, and it'd be super dope. Like it'd be the ultimate family reunion. It'd be the ultimate homecoming, the ultimate classic, the
The
ultimate,
ultimate dead presidents.
you know what I'm saying? The ultimate, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
using your leverage. And then the world will change. Obviously, the world will change. The power of our economic power would be on display like no other.
Right. People gonna be like, "Oh, please choose me in February. Please choose."
Yeah. And
Right.
that's what I'm saying. That's why you got to choose somebody. That's why the whole process has to be of total righteousness. It got to be a morally minded process.
To invest in February.
Yeah. So that when that come around, this whole time, I should have been running this across the bottom. We getting used to we getting better at that. I'm gonna put this one up now. All right. We're gonna change gears, being that we are still in the month of February, and of course, it wouldn't be a Black History Month without the Super Bowl.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Where where black men out there tackling and slamming people all across the field, making amazing athletic plays and displays of athleticism for the almighty dollar and that competitionaholic drug that we just enjoy so much. If you feel it on the inside, I can speak for myself. But we got the Super Bowl this week. We got Tom Brady. We got Pat Mahomes. We got KC. We got the Bucks. We got a Florida team over there. But I think my internet probing in and out, but the audio keep going. So either way, we rolling. So let's get a Super Bowl preview. See how you feel. Who you got? What it look like? You know what I'm saying? How you feel about Pat? How you feel about Tom? How you feel about Cheetah Tone? I'll let you take over. Go ahead.
All right. So me personally, it's definitely gonna be a good game. I mean that KC offense is unreal. I mean they just always find a way to get the ball to somebody. They got too many game breakers on that. But then you got for the first time in NFL history, a home team gets to host the Super Bowl. And not only that, but potentially the greatest quarterback in NFL history is that person hosting it. So there's a lot of stories behind this weekend's game. Most people say you can't bet against Tom. I was in Vegas when them boys was down 30 and came back and won against the Atlanta Falcons. I couldn't believe it.
Against the Atlanta Falcons, let that be stated that it was against Matt
Boys
Ryan.
30. All they had to do is run the ball, but that's another conversation.
That was, but right. So you know what I'm saying? I feel you. Tom Brady, Mystique. mystique all over the place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All hail to Tom Brady.
Come to like the guy. At first, I couldn't stand him, but like now, when you start to like see the interviews and see how people talk about him, people actually rock with him. People didn't go to Tom. People didn't go to New England to play with Bill Belichick. Play for Bill Belichick. They went there to go play with Tom Brady.
Oh yeah. And the way that he took in AB, it's obviously that he has a relationship that other people, that management and maybe coaches don't see. Even
Right.
like I haven't this whole football season, even though I was the fantasy championship of
I
fantasy
love.
fantasy lives matter. Marleyminded was the champion 2021 season. Shout out 2020 2021 season. But I haven't kept up with football the same way just because of the pandemic. Everything been off, and
I feel like it's actually throwing off basketball too.
yeah, it's throwing everything off. Even this season, last season, the
Yeah.
bubble kind of kept us tuned. But so I haven't seen that much of the Bucks. But I know that their offense is, they say, rated, has the numbers higher than Kansas City.
So on paper, both these like the same. Like one is like number 8 in defensive efficiency. One is like number 9. Same thing with offense. I guess the game will come down to who makes the least mistakes. Um, if Tampa wants to win this game, they definitely got to put some points up on that scoreboard. Their defense got to show up. But I think, in my opinion, what's going to be huge in this game is the running game.
So who? It's not. It's a decent backfield on both sides, if I remember correctly. Once again, I've been detached from the NFL season. But KC got Le'Veon Bell in the backfield. They got the young boy from LSU in the
Yeah,
backfield.
so Hilaire's the number 1 back.
Yeah, Hilaire's their number one back. But they still have Le'Veon Bell in the
He ain't
backfield
really
as a, he ain't do nothing. But the fact that he's potentially could do something makes him Le'Veon Bell at
yeah, he
he ain't did it yet.
now he ain't doing it. He could catch the ball out the backfield for sure. Um, man, I got Leonard Fournette. I put my money on him going for 100 yards this game.
Leonard Fournette, like I seen everybody through the eyes of fantasy that I saw for the most part outside of the Dolphins. Leonard Fournette didn't seem to have the mark on Tampa that I thought he would have. I thought him being in Tampa would having Mike Evans on the outside, having what's my other man on the other side?
You talking about Godwin?
Yeah, Godwin on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And they had at that point they had OJ Mayo, they had Gronk, and they had the other dude who was Brait. Is Brait with Tampa? Or was it?
Yeah, Bray is their second tight end.
Yeah. And I'm thinking from last year because that's how much I'm letting you know I haven't been in touch.
Bray is a sleeper though.
Right,
He was a sleeper too, but he always shows up. Scotty Miller.
right. And these are the type of players that Tom Brady has the ability to use advantageously
Yeah.
because he's Tom Brady and can manipulate defenses. He's seen everything. So he gonna take Scotty Miller and make him something because you are not thinking that Scotty Miller is going to be something. And by the time that you figure out that he's something, now Mike Evans is being what he's supposed to be. Now Gronk is being what he's supposed to be. Now all these people being what he's supposed to be. The only thing that I say now is that you cannot throw 3 interceptions against the Kansas City Chiefs.
No, I think you're gonna win.
Win. You cannot expect that.
Oh, they cost me $350 by not running the ball.
Green Bay.
Yeah. I was like, yo, you're up. Why y'all trying to pass the ball? Bruce Arians almost cost y'all the game for real. Like, y'all could have lost that game.
But like, all those numbers always come out so close to the point where everybody feel like that the numbers are set up to be what they are. Like,
Because Vegas always got they way.
you know what I'm saying? It's always too close for comfort. It's like, come on, dog.
Right.
Again to get
But
blocked.
I will say this though. I will say that during these playoffs, what I have noticed is that Kansas City is well coached, offensively and defensively. They are very well coached and they're very disciplined. That I don't know how that offensive coordinator does not have a head coaching job yet. After 3 seasons with Mahomes, it's unreal. But we kind of know how that politics game go. Their defense, I've seen how they kind of like just shut down um Buffalo. Like, cause like Buffalo, like when they run, they like to hit the edges. Bro, they wasn't even tackling on the edges. They was just cutting it off and forcing you up and letting them make the tackle. It was crazy. I was like, wow, like every running play, I seen Tyron Matthew just go and just cut him off the edge. Didn't even attempt to tackle, just cut him off just to force him up to build the field.
Yeah, it's football is changing. Like people aren't looking for the big head crack hits no more. Like that ain't what's up. That ain't gonna really be what how
Yeah,
players play. It's about making plays and really going after that ball, trying to keep that ball alive so that I can make a play on it.
right.
Even as
But
a
you know what? I will say this. I'm big on history and stuff like that. Um, Kansas City's offense is potent, but when you got someone like who did they play last year in the Super Bowl?
last year in the Super Bowl, do not make me lie. Let me see from the NFC who was in the
Oh, they
Super
played San
Bowl.
Fran.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
They
that
played
was
San Fran.
that
So I
was a
say
win. That was
this.
a win off rip. San Fran won. They got Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy
And San Fran had a
Garoppolo.
crazy defense. San Fran should have won. Did you know San Fran was like up 18 in that game?
Still, man, look who their quarterback was, dog. They ain't stand a chance, dog. The whole thing about it,
That's
they
what
ain't,
I'm saying.
if
That's
you
what
ain't
I'm
gonna
saying.
keep going, then you ain't gonna win.
Right. And I'm gonna say this. I can't bet against Tom Brady at home. So this is legendary right here. Come on, son. The best quarterback ever to win the first Super Bowl at his home field. You're
I'm
not
rocking
going.
with Pat,
You're
man.
not going to do this to the master on the biggest stage.
I'm rocking with Pat. I give Tom the what you call it, the over under the you know what I'm saying, they a cover.
You want to put your money where your mouth is?
No, I don't do that because I ain't playing. I ain't got no way over the game. I don't trust these niggas. I don't know. I ain't like
I
that.
mean, it's you know what?
If I'm out there, we can get it how you live, boy, because I know what I'm gonna do about myself. But
But I
I don't
will
know what
say,
Le'Veon
play
Bell
Vegas
got
as
going
it
on
is.
in his household. I don't know what I'm saying, these cats got going on over in Tampa. Shout out to John Franklin. You know what I'm saying? That if Tampa won, that'd be the only reason I want them to
Right.
win. I'm not really here for Tampa to win. Tom Brady got enough rings. Tom Brady got enough mystique. Tom Brady got enough all of this going on. You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady, he actually is one of the people who gets the biggest skate of all these athletes. He get to have a MAGA hat inside of his locker and never even threat of being canceled. While Colin Kaepernick, representative who gonna send the goddamn Black Panther signal so we know to send our money for Black History Month.
Did Tom Brady
He
really
said
have a MAGA hat in his
he
locker?
had a back. He Donald Trump homeboy. You know what I'm saying? He rolled with him, and that's what money do. I ain't mad at you, but don't act like it ain't, and don't non-associate people because you want to take a stance now. But when it's somebody else, it's like, oh, you're associated. I heard the other day, niggas, black players have to hide the fact that they talk and use Farrakhan as a counselor and as a mentor. You know what I'm saying? While people like Tom Brady was overtly friends with with Donald Trump
Yeah.
when they would receive the same type of bludgeoning, you know what I'm saying? When if they were with somebody like Donald Trump and Farrakhan, I'm not saying that they equals by no degree and by no degree am I saying that they are equals. Donald Trump, orange idiot. Farrakhan, misunderstood person who talks so strong that people don't want to listen to it because aggressive is aggressive. But you know what I'm saying? Certain things are certain things. But when they scrutinize these people, they don't knock him down like that. He get the skate. So I'm over him getting all this type of stuff down. He got enough. Let somebody else. Let's roll Pat Mahomes out there. Let's start rolling up his 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, not 7, not 8. Let's run him up 8 in a row
It ain't
championship.
gonna happen.
Him and the cheetah. I even take Trav Kelsey out there because Travis Kelsey looked like I probably would have picked him up when we went to the park. He rebound, kicking out to the kid.
I
That boy
can tell you
back
right
by the
now,
alley.
this will be their final year winning the Super Bowl.
You crazy dog? Who gonna come get him? Who out there
Like
you see coming to get
you,
them?
what are you gonna expect them players to take pay cuts to keep the team together?
Who gonna come get them? So who got what they got on their roster that ain't got to put more money in it to come get them? In order to come get them, you have to put money into your roster. So who coming to get them?
Right.
Who do you see on the verge of coming to get them?
Buffalo Bills.
Oh, because you from the cold.
Yeah, I got ties there. Them Bills. The Bills
Buffalo
is
can't run the
about
ball for real, for real.
them Bills is real, but they just
Buffalo
wasn't
can't
ready
run
yet.
the ball for real, for real.
Huh?
Buffalo can't run the ball for real, for real. They can't
That's
control the clock for real, for real. They can't trust them. They can't trust what you know what I'm saying, newfound glory for real, for real. They can't trust Rocky for real, for real.
yeah. Yeah, they need a better running game. I mean, you know, Lamar Jackson needs some playmakers out there.
He need a whole full complement of players. Like
Yeah,
if he get him.
he need some wide
I
out.
don't know why Mark Ingram didn't play this year. See, I was just so
Yo,
disconnected. I was
last year that's how I won my fantasy, and
yeah,
he
Mark.
was my quarterback. My quarterback was Deshaun Watson. I had Mark Ingram at the wideout. Michael Thomas. I mean, Mark Ingram at the running back. Michael Thomas is a wideout. Will Fuller, and I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Michael Thomas. He maybe won me my fantasy last year.
You know
Like,
who the Saints have? Whoever the Saints the past few years been having fantasy winners because Drew Brees won me. I think a few years. No, it was Andrew Luck, but Drew Brees been my quarterback the past few years. This was the first year I had to let him go,
yeah,
and
no,
I
that's
used Taysom Hill to cover. But
um,
Alvin the Killer Kamara was my fantasy hero, MVP of all time. I
yeah,
think I woke up one morning, that cat had like 70 points, 60 points.
it was insane.
16 touchdowns. I'm at that 16. That 6 touchdown game. I was like, the gracious.
Insane. But I will say that um I mean, last year I was like, yeah, Casey, yeah, get Andy Reid his chip. You know what I'm saying? Because he been overdue for a chip. But um, fuck that. Don't give don't give him a chip. They ain't give their offensive coordinator. He don't get none of that credit. They give all the credit to Andy Reid. They don't get that OC, that offensive coordinator, no credit. I think it should have. Oh, excuse me.
Eric Bieniemy.
He should have a job. Well, no, I'm about to say that nigga.
Now
That
we
brother
think
should
that he
have a
should
job.
have a job. Now I think he should have a job based on what we see. There may be things that we don't see that
Right.
may be the reason that he don't have a job. I don't know. But yes,
If I'm Deshaun Watson,
Andy Reid put him on. And like the fact that everybody talk about him is because Andy Reid put him on. The thing about it, Bruce Arian on the other side got a gang full of brothers on his gang full of brothers.
yeah, it was one of them
Team.
had. I think a couple of them had a job though.
Todd Bowles had a head coaching job.
Yeah,
He was
the head
awarded
coaching
today.
job.
Tampa got a woman on their coaching staff.
Yeah, that's a fact too.
They both of these teams have kind of had a reputation. They head coach has had a reputation for looking out for people who hasn't necessarily
Yeah, and I don't have a
historically
problem with Andy Reid.
been
I don't
looked
think
up
he's that
for.
type of guy. But
Huh.
the
That's
way
great.
that the
Donovan
system is set up,
McNabb,
all the
take a chance.
great call for Andy Reid. No, bitch. Eric called that 31 with 19 seconds left. He called that short slant. The same fucking play
Does
they do
anybody
over
really
and
need to
over
call
and
that
over.
short slant? Does anybody really need to call? They'd be like, "We need a yard." They'd be like, do this real quick."
Yeah,
Tyreek, do this, and
Tyreek,
he'll
go
be
this way. We gonna put Harmon over there. Harmon, you spin out, do a little fake audible and run out. Just catch the ball. You gonna get the first down.
just like you say. Eventually, it's gonna be a goal line play, and that shovel pass.
Kelsey is just gonna happen.
Yeah,
It
it's just
might be
gonna
Kelsey,
happen.
they beat Tyreek, but they gonna do that shovel play.
Yeah, so that pass is gonna happen. That play is
That
gonna happen in
gonna
some
happen.
critical moment.
You can bet your bottom dollar that shit gonna happen in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's gonna be a situation. So if you gave a score, if you were looking to give a score, would you go high score, low score? And
24-19 Tampa Bay.
that boy kept it under 40. 24-19. Is that under 40? Is my math? That is 30.
24-19. Ooh, I might have to put some money on that.
Oh,
Ooh,
that
that
is not
came off
under
the top of
40.
the
That's
dome.
33.
24-19.
34.
24-19. That's
24-19.
24
Good. No, I'm up
19.
at 50.
Nah,
I see it going way over 50.
24-19 Tampa Bay. Win by a field goal. Tom Brady driving down, put him in field goal range. Your boy, what's they kicking they stuck up?
24-19 is 5 points. Your math worse than mine, dog. It's just as bad as mine. Look at them hands. Them hands.
Listen, Tom Brady, Tampa Bay, 24-19. Tom Brady leads them down, puts them boys in field goal position to win the game.
So
They get into
no, it's gonna have to be a touchdown if they're gonna be up. They're gonna win by 5, dog. They're gonna already be up by 2 if they kick a field goal to win the game. So they have a game-winning drive down whatever 18. They just gonna be 19-18, and then they score, or 17-18, 17-19. Then they score, and it'd be 24-19. Tom Brady gonna lead them down the field with a game-winning drive late in the Super Bowl. Last possession after a slugfest. Mahomes nothing, Cheetah nothing, Travis Kelsey nothing.
Tom Brady gonna show you. I show you how to do this, son.
at,
But
the, at
but
the age
I
of
show you how
42.
to do this, son. I'm
Now
trying to
here,
tell you.
now this is my prediction for the game.
Go ahead.
I got the score 49-17, Kansas City.
You think it's gonna be a blowout?
A rout. A rout. Tom Brady look old. Tom Brady look old. Even with his weapons, he can't get away. For some reason, KC get a pass rush. They start rushing up the middle. Tom Brady ain't got nowhere to go. He start throwing picks. He start trying to throw it away. They try to run the ball. They stack the pocket. They stack the line. Leonard Fournette can't do nothing. That battering ram, that forehead can't go nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know it. The cheetah done took a 2-yard screen pass, shook 3 cats, bounced
Mm-hmm.
back, 70-yard touchdown. Travis Kelsey got 2 touchdowns, one off a shovel. Even Sammy Watkins out there. I don't even know if Sammy Watkins healthy, because that cat, like, he's the most unhealthy cat.
He ain't
Shout
gonna be a
out
Kansas
to
team
God.
next year.
Shout out to the God, Sammy Watkins, dog. You helped me one of them years in fantasy. I know you were decent for me, dog. But I got a route. I'm not here for it, dog. I'm not here for it. I'm here for people be like, I like to see a good game. 17-10. Nah, I'm here for explosions, dog.
Mm.
Explode. If this gonna be a high scoring game, I'm here for no defensive struggle. I want to see explosions. The YouTube fam, comment about Tone Chewing live on TV. How we gonna get a deal? Who we gonna get a deal with? Colgate? We gonna get a deal with Colgate, but it's all good, Tone. I'm just my gotta stay healthy, gotta get them calories in. On that note, we're going to wrap this episode up. I appreciate Tone for coming through. You know what I'm saying? Last couple episodes, I've been dolo on this flight, flying this thing without, you know what I'm
Always
saying?
support my brother, dog. You already know.
Flying this, flying this thing with the 2 wings, but flying it dolo. You know what I'm saying?
We getting better every step that we go. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be eating while doing the show, but I was in the process of cooking. You know what I mean? This asparagus and these chicken breasts was just smelling so good. You know what I mean? I had to go in. Forgive me.
It's a lifestyle. Everybody, I tell people as I coach them in this fitness lifestyle change, like every day you're gonna learn how to modify and build your own personal fitness lifestyle so that you can live what you're trying to do. Don't try to do what you see me doing online. Don't try to do what you see other people doing. Do what you can do. Do it to the best of your ability, and then you'll start to get good at it, and you'll see the tweaks that you need to make as you see the progress go the right way or the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But once again, I'm gonna have an episode about fitness. I didn't want to make this podcast too much about fitness because everybody knows me as fitness.
Right.
You're gonna be like, oh, here you go, talking about doing pull-ups and doing snatching and throwing. Nah, that's not what it's about. This young group to God let you know the other side, the part that you might not have found out because you met me when I was in that fitness realm. You might know me from hooping. You might know me from when I was a jet. You might call me Jamie. It might, you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
depending on when you met me. But We gonna wrap it up. Young Goob the God, Pretty Tone, Marley Minded Podcast. I'm on IG, Marley Minded Tone. Give him the IG handle.
I can't underscore only BB 1024.
That's right. I can only be me underscore 1024.
Only got one life to live. Might as well live it.
You know what I'm saying? It take two wings to fly. We end the show the same way. Before I do that, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you rate, review. If you on Facebook, leave a comment, share this thing. We trying to grow the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Disturb the system. Young Goob to God. And like Big Rube say, right on to the real, deaf to the fakers. Or I should have threw the theme music on as we ride out on this thing. One time for the gods, one time for Stanker. You hold down the secret, man.
All right, peace.
Big Groove say right on to the real, death to the fakers. Peace out. Easy.